Hey ladies, it's Hobbies Week, so I'm going to show you how to make my favorite side dish, which is mashed sweet potatoes. Okay, first things first is that you're going to want to really scrub your sweet potatoes. You can either do it with your hands or you can get a scrubber. And then after this you have two options. You can either bake them in the oven until they're nice and squishy, or you can prick them and just stick them in the microwave for 5 minutes or until they're cooked. I like to do the microwave method because it's a lot quicker than if you do it in the oven. The oven usually takes at least 20 minutes because you wrap them in foil and you stick them in there. And you prick the sweet potato, because if you don't, then it doesn't cook as evenly and it doesn't release the steam right, so it could explode. Once you have all the holes in there, you want to get a microwave safe dish and get some paper towels wet to wrap the potatoes in. This will allow the potatoes that they won't get dry in the microwave. And I specified microwave safe dish because one time Miranda, when she was cooking potatoes in the microwave, had a really old dish. We had I think it was when my dad was still a bachelor and he gave us his old dishes. So she took that plate and microwaved it with a potato on it, and it caused this plate to crack and to burn. So I'm going to take these to the microwave and then I'm going to put them in there for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to squeeze them to see if they're nice and done, and if not, I'm going to cook them for either 2 or 1 minute increments, just depending on how underdone they are. And then once they're the consistency that I want, then I'm going to take them out and let them cool down a little bit before I mash them. Also, if like you're finding it's cooking weird, just flip them over because the bottom sometimes gets mushier than the top. So if you cooked it long enough, it will be nice and squishy when you touch it. And you can cut it with just a butter knife and it'll just slide right through it. I like to cut mine into chunks just to make it easier to either mash with a masher. I don't like very big chunks in mine, so I put mine in a blender and that will get it nice and smooth. If you have a food processor, you could do that too. I just don't have one big enough. We'll take these chunks and just dump them in my blender. After you get it all chopped up and put in your blender, then I put about a tablespoon of butter. You can put more, you can put less. And then, since I forgot to take it out, I like to chop it up a little bit just so it melts better. And you're going to also want to add some milk to help this to get some liquid in here so it can actually blend. It won't blend otherwise. Probably be about 2 or 3 tablespoons in there. And then you can either add your spices at the end or you can add them right now. Depends on the day whether I've had the spices out or not, or if I'm just like, oh yeah, I need to add stuff. I like to put cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, just any kind of pumpkin pie type spice. If I put more cinnamon than anything else in here. You're going to want to make sure that you have a spatula on hand to push it down because it is still hot. It's going to have air pockets in it. And you just want to be careful with it because it is hot and it's going to release steam. And then you're also going to have the milk nearby just in case it is getting too thick. You may want to add a little bit more just to thin it out a little bit. So once you've got it to the consistency that you like, I got mine to the consistency I like. It's kind of creamy and not too chunky. You taste it to make sure that you added enough spices. Like if you're a person who likes a lot of salt, you can add more salt to it. If you wanted to make it savory, you could do like garlic in it and onion, or garlic powder, onion powder, or fresh, either way. You can spice it up like you would your normal potatoes. This one I think needs a little bit more cinnamon and maybe a little bit more nutmeg. But other than that, it's really good. So after you get it to the consistency you like, the flavor that you like, you can serve it, eat it now. What I'm going to do with it is save it for the rest of the week. I like to put it in containers and it lasts pretty well. I just know that if I have a sweet fixin', then I can just go to this because it's something sweet, but it's not like you added a bunch of sugar to it. Though you could add like brown sugar or honey. I've done that too. This is the basic thing that I like to eat. Okay. Bye, loves.